This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
We're here at the Tzion and the Oihel of the great Tzaddik, Rabbi Yechiya ben Baruch. There was a Jew here who took care of this Tzion for many years. He davened here, he learned here, he was menake, he cleaned up. He spent his whole life, all his Torah mitzvahs he did over here, and then he passed away from this world. He was in this makom. So they buried him in the area. Many years later, the family wanted to move him to Eretz Yisrael. So they uncover him after looking into the halachas of moving a mess. And Oyam V'Nara, they found his body was like one of the tzaddikim, b'shleimus, no rima loy sholta boy. But even more wondrous, he never had a beard. And in the zuchus that he was buried in this makom and took care of the tzaddik, after misasai, he grew a beard. That's a hafla of a fella. Anyway, we're going to learn a new word now. The word is miluban. You know what a miluban is? Miluban. Okay, this is very important. Miluban. Melumad benisim. He was a tzaddik who was melumad benisim. He was poiked akaros, roifei cholim, zoikev kefufim. There are two versions of who this tzaddik was. One version is he was a shadar. He came from Eretz Yisrael to collect for Aniyei Eretz Yisrael. And some say, this is in the city of Varvaztia, and we're in the region of Tifeltout. And he came from this area, and he was friendly with the ruler, a Moroccan ruler of this area, and because of his relationship with the ruler, he was able to gain very good relations for the Jews in this area. Now, this is one of the traditional spots where hundreds and thousands of Jews pilgrimage for the yard site of this tzaddik, which is on Tu B'Shvat. So his yard site is commemorated on Tu B'Shvat. So they would come here, they would shecht kevasim, izim, that was part of the hilula of the tzaddik. The Gemara tells us in Masechta Shabbos that there are three ways to show chashivas to a Talmid Chacham. Each way a person shows chashivas to Talmid Chachamim, it's a benefit for them, for their family, and for their children. The first way is if you're mechabed Talmidei Chachamim. So if you're mechabed a Talmid Chacham, the Gemara says you'll have sons-in-law who are Talmidei Chachamim. So if you need shidduchim, it's a good idea to be mechabed Talmidei Chachamim. Why do you have sons-in-law who are Talmidei Chachamim? Because your son-in-law is not you. It's not even an extension of you. Just like your suit. It gives you covered. So if you're mechabed Talmidei Chachamim, so then you get covered back. You have sons-in-law who are Talmidei Chachamim. Then the Gemara says, if you love Talmidei Chachamim, then your children will be Talmidei Chachamim. Why? Because your children are an extension of you. So if you love Talmidei Chachamim, and that means you love the person as an extension of yourself, then you'll have children who are Talmidei Chachamim. The highest madrega is to have reverence for Talmidei Chachamim. Says the Gemara in Shabbos, someone who reveres Talmidei Chachamim, hu atzmo yiyeh Talmid Chacham. So we see that a person's ruchnius and the ruchnius of their family and their descendants is very dependent on the chashivas they accord Talmid Chachamim. And therefore, one of the important lessons we learn from Kehilas Morocco is the great reverence and ahava and kavod that they accord Talmid Chachamim. The pilgrimage wasn't just to be mispalel, but it was a whole attitude toward Torah, that we're mechabe the Torah, we have reverence to the Torah, and we're oyeves ha-Torah, uv'zchus zeh, all of our tefillos should be neskabel, barachim and v'ratzain.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.